Today we have this 1940 Remington Deluxe Noiseless vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. So before you load the page, I like to make sure that you can move this. This is kind of what guides the page into the platen. This main roller is your platen, and you have these fingers that hold down the paper. You can move those too. And your margins are behind this flip panel right here. And you see that right there where my finger is. And you push down and move it like this. You just got to make sure that this margin is after that finger and this margin is before that finger, so it doesn't get stuck on it or type over it. So now that we have that set where we want it, we're going to load the page. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, gets you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, you flip this switch down. 1, skips 2, 1 more, skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. You flip this switch down all the way to the red dot. Been a while since I typed, so I've just misspelled one word. That's okay. The print looks really good. This is a very unique typewriter because it's very muffled. It's almost like having a silencer on a gun. You can barely hear it in another room. So if you want something that you're not going to upset a family member, you can just type all day and night. Even when they're sleeping, this is what you want. To pull the paper out easy, you just flip this switch back and it unlocks the rollers, allowing you to pull the paper out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock or multiple pages. Make sure you flip that back forward before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. We're going to switch this back up so when we start typing again, it types in black instead of red. Got a backspace on this side. That works good. Shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear it, you just hit the shift button again. Got a margin release. You get to the end of the margin. There's a mechanism that locks the keys so you can't hit the platen with them. You just hit that margin release. It'll allow you to type past that. That works good. This is your touch control from low to high. There's a rubbed off L. Used to be an L there, and then there's an H. And the farther down you go, it loads tension on the keys. So you just have to hit the keys harder and they respond faster. I like mine on low, so we're going to keep that on L. This is your lock. This will lock your. It'll lock it in the middle. So when you put it in the case, it. Make sure you get that. That needs work, but it doesn't have a case anyway. But if you had a case, you lock it, and then it locks in the middle, and it doesn't bounce around in there. This is your carriage release. You got one of these on each side. Allows you to control the carriage freely. And this is your. If you push this in, this little button here, it'll switch the direction of the ribbon. So once you push it in, it starts pulling to this side, and if you push it in from this side, then it'll start pulling to the right. And that's what we want because all the brand new ribbon is loaded on this side. And here's a little peek at your ribbons. That's just a little stubborn, and that's where you load and change your ribbon once it needs to be changed. And that's about it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.